hundreds of dollars worth of content to get you better at John Madden Football for just $85. Our pre-sale right now is live. Civil.gg is linked in the top description. You're going to go in there, click on a yearly membership, use code presale at checkout, and you'll get everything for just $85 that we do for the whole next year. You get everything we got in the past as well, but Madden 24, you'll have access to literally everything until this time next year. We're going to dog walk everybody. I'm excited to help set the meta again this year, boys. Code presale at checkout. This offer ends August 18th. I want to see you inside Civil.gg. Enjoy this video, boys. Man, I just wish there wasn't a meta. That is something that I get told on my YouTube comments on Twitter all the time. I see it across the niche constantly, other comments on other videos saying, man, I just wish there wasn't a meta. And being super truthful with you right now, man to man, I actually agree with you kind of. I think if there wasn't a meta, the game would be a lot more unique. It'd be a lot more replayable when you go into online games because you play different stuff. Every single game would not be as, I guess, monotonous maybe would be the right word. I'm not sure if that's the right word, right? But the fact of the matter is that that's just not reality, nor could it ever be reality. And I always hear there wouldn't be a meta if X, Y, and Z. There wouldn't be a meta if pro players didn't all call the same play. There wouldn't be a meta if YouTubers didn't exist. There wouldn't be a meta X, Y, and Z. And all of that stuff's wrong. And we're going to talk about why. Now, first and foremost, what is the meta? Basically, what the meta is, I've heard it be called most effective tactics available, meta. That's not totally the correct definition in my mind when it comes to Madden. Really, it's just the most popular thing that people take from usually big YouTubers and big comp players, and everyone kind of plays the game similar to that, right? Which isn't always the most effective tactics available, by the way. It's just the most popular. Most popular, most effective, not always the exact same. That is a very real thing. I have seen things become meta before that were not the best, and I'm like, people should not be running this right now, but it's meta. So everyone, if everyone's doing running the same plays, calling the same defenses, whatever, that would be the meta. It's most popular that you'll see online, typically taken from YouTubers, streamers, comp players, whatever. And it's very important to understand and to realize that while it might not be called meta in everything, if we apply that same logic to other spaces, there is a meta in literally every single thing you do in life. Literally. And to not go super deep, let's keep it in gaming for a second here, right? Let's talk about Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. I used to play it all the time. You could insert, the same idea into any game, though. The meta, whenever I played online, and I played against people who were good, right, who were good at Call of Duty, they all played they all played kind of similar. And a lot of them, if you both turned into a door, you know what they did? They immediately drop shotted you. They immediately went prone, held B or whatever, went prone, and then shot you. Or you'd get hit with grenade launchers, the noob tube. That was the meta in 2010, 2011, whenever Modern Warfare was. Maybe that was 2009, maybe? I don't remember off the top of my head. That was the meta back then, right? Let's talk about this, Tecmo Bowl, for some of my old heads out there. If you guys don't, if some of my people my age or younger, we never even played Tecmo Bowl, but it was a really old football game. And what people used to do is, if there was ever a tournament or ever any kind of money on the line, and it wasn't banned because this is how good it was, everybody, literally everybody, would get Bo Jackson and just run around. And he was unstoppable. You could do whatever. And the reason I mention that is Tecmo Bowl was around in the, 90s or 80s? Was it? One of the two. I'm not sure. I apologize. But you get the point. And that's before YouTube and all that stuff. And yet somehow, whenever I bring that up to anybody who played Tecmo Bowl, they all knew it. Because the fact of the matter is, everybody looks for the best possible ways to play the game, which can usually becomes the most popular as well, because everyone likes to win, right? Everyone plays games and they have so much fun winning. And the thing is, if you're someone who's upset about the meta, and which sometimes I am too, right? That, oh my gosh, it's always so boring, it's always so monotonous, whatever. Flip it in your head a little bit. Think of it like this. You know that in 65 to 75, if not 85% of games, you were going to play the meta, right? Whatever it is. It might be a couple of things, whatever, but you know you're going to play the meta. What if, instead of being upset that you're going to play the meta in these things, what if you spent 30 minutes to figure out how to beat the offensive meta and figure out how to beat the defensive meta? What if you just did that? Then you go into every game and have a huge advantage. What if you spent $14.99, became a Civil GG member, and just learned everything that I'm doing to combat the current meta, because that's what all of my stuff is, and now you go into 65, 75, 85% of games, and you actually have a huge chance of winning. You're going to win the majority of them because you know how to beat the meta, and it's just like that. Now you're running through games. And the thing is, I've never heard somebody be upset and say, wow, the game's really boring, wow, the game's not fun, whatever, when they're dog walking the competition. I've never heard that from somebody before. I've never heard somebody go, Civil, I'm so angry at this game. I win every game, and I just hate it, man. I just hate how much I'm winning right now. Nobody ever says it. And again, is the meta very annoying? It can be really annoying. Yes. But I can tell you from personal experience, when you sit down, you take what other people are doing to beat the meta, you learn yourself how to beat the meta, you practice, whatnot, and you start dog walking the meta. Hell, I love loading into games against Guntight now. Guntight's terrible. It doesn't walk on my field. And of course, it's August something right now, so the meta's done, right? We're waiting for the new game. But that's just something to keep in mind, man. Like there's a meta in everything, and not even just in gaming, right? I don't play the guitar, but I'm sure there's a meta of how to play the guitar. A lot of guitarists probably play all similarly. There's a meta, even if you want to go into let's say super broad here, mobile quarterbacks, or I guess utilizing quarterbacks in the run game or moving pockets in the NFL. A very, very broad, slight meta change, right? Look at the big names right now. Look at the big names 10, 15 years ago. Big change in how they're being used and how they play, right? Let's go super broad here. In the past decade now in the NBA, the meta has super shifted to where I remember 10 years ago, bro, Memphis Grizzlies used to have Tony Allen, Zach Randolph, and Marc Gasol, three dudes who all could not shoot in their starting lineup, and they were a playoff team. That starting lineup would be a lottery pick right now because the meta has shifted. There's new, better ways, right? And you go even deeper into the schematics, I'm sure, and see how a lot of times there is an actual meta in all of these spaces, and it's just interesting. As much as we all want to say, we hate them, or if they're just, I guess what I'm trying to say is the idea of just don't have a meta just isn't, it's not feasible. It's not realistic. Because I promise you, if I put $100 in front of you and say you're going to play that dude for $100, you are going to do what you believe is the most effective tactic available. And the way you're going to learn that probably is you could lab it yourself, or you might lab yourself and then say, I wonder what some pro players are doing as well. I wonder if what pro players are doing is a little bit better than what I'm doing. And if it is, are you gonna play for your $100 or even your weekly rewards, your MUT coins, right? Are you gonna do that with a worse scheme, or are you just gonna use what the best thing is because winning is fun, right? I mean, I don't know. I know I do what's best. Whenever I'm playing the game, I'm almost always doing what I believe is giving me the best chance to win. Now, of course, there is some fun in being creative, and I do believe that you can push the limits and be a little off meta while utilizing meta. Actually, that's a lot of what my stuff is being slightly off meta while utilizing a lot of the meta stuff. And that's where I believe you have to have the perfect mix. Because if your whole thing is, a lot of people are like, man, I just want to be totally unique. I want to be totally off meta. And one, they don't even know the meta. They're just doing random stuff, so they don't understand how to beat the meta or anything like that. And then two, they're just trying too hard to be different. It's like, dude, you can be different, but you have to do it in the confines, I guess, of what the game allows you to do. Some things in Madden, I can speak specifically on Madden. Some things on Madden just will not work. They don't work, that is annoying. That sucks. There are plays in this game that if you snap them, you will get hit in the backfield no matter what you do. Genuinely speaking, it is that we can be upset about. I'm right with you, but being upset about the fact that there's a meta, it's like, bro, there's a meta in everything, dude. It might not be called meta all the time. It's just the most popular, right? And literally every last thing, bro. There's what's a meta frat guy drink? The meta for frat dudes is drinking White Claws and vodka sodas. There's a meta in everything, bro. But yeah, I thought it was kind of a cool video. I think I made this video. I'd probably make this once a year or so, maybe twice a year, and just kind of to talk about. I think it's a cool conversation piece. Let me know your comments, your thoughts below. And remember, boys, we have a pre-sale going on Civil.gg right now. Code pre-sale, $85 for an entire year of Civil.gg access. That's content worth hundreds of dollars you can get for just $85, active through August 18th. Code presale at checkout, link top description. All right, boys. Yes, sir. See y'all in the next one.